Welcome back. My name is Patrick. This is the Fanatic Rundown. Not too much mystery with this one tonight. The Colorado Avalanche, a 4-0 shutout victory over the Edmonton Oilers to take a 2-0 series lead in the Western Conference Final. A lot of talk going into tonight that the Oilers were facing the Avs' backup goaltender, Pavel Francouz. Darcy Kuemper out with an upper body injury. We think it's related to his eye, possibly a concussion. He did take a puck off the head in Game 1, so whatever the case may be, Francouz came in tonight, played excellent for the Avs, but the Oilers didn't challenge him nearly enough. The Avs pretty much owned this game start to finish. It all pretty much happened in a 2-minute span in the second period, Avs scoring-wise. One goes in, two quickly follow. A span of 2 minutes and 4 seconds, the Avs jumped out to a 3-0 lead. The Oilers, I thought, played well in the first period, limited the Avs' chances, but eventually the Avs' speed took over in the second period. The Oilers just couldn't contain them. They had that 2-minute outburst, 3-0 lead, and the game was basically over at that point. Francouz wasn't tested nearly enough. The Oilers had a few high-danger chances, but not enough to generate a win tonight. The Avs were by far the better team. They deserve to be up 2-0. The Oilers are facing two absolute must-win games at Rogers Place. Obviously, if they lose both the games, the series is over. But I think if they only win even one, I hate going back to Denver with the Avs up 3-1 in the series. I don't like the Oilers' chances at that point. Obviously, nothing's over till it's over, but I really think both games at Rogers Place are absolute must wins for the Edmonton Oilers. Mike Smith, I thought, bounced back well tonight. The loss isn't on him. He gave up 4 goals, but the Oilers didn't score any, so really the Avs only needed to score 1. So not good enough effort from the Oilers overall. It was a decent bounce-back game from Mike Smith. He made some pretty big saves for the Oilers, especially in the first when it was still 0-0. The Oilers needed to capitalize at that point, get this game turned in their direction. They couldn't do it. They are really having a hard time generating against the Colorado Avalanche. Their defense has been really strong, led by Cale Makar and Devon Toews. You can really tell that there's a big gap between the Oilers and the Avs here, and the Oilers have to close that gap if they want to get back in this series. Game 3, like I said, absolute must-win, followed by another one in Game 4. And going into Game 3, we have to see some lineup changes for the Oilers. It's do or die time. Personally, I want to see Dylan Holloway inserted into the lineup. I really think he could give the Oilers a spark. Add him to the bottom 6. Give the Oilers another offensive threat. Give the Avs someone else to contain. Holloway could come in with a lot of jump, a lot of excitement. I think a lot of fans would be really excited to see him in Game 3 at Rogers Place. Starting him at home in front of the home crowd, a big must-win game. I think it's a recipe for success. I've read that it wouldn't be fair to insert Holloway into a playoff game as his very first NHL game, but Cale Makar started in the playoffs right for the Avs. I mean, Makar is obviously a higher-rated player than Dylan Holloway, but regardless, I don't see any big issue with inserting Holloway into the lineup right now. I think he would just be a huge spark for the Oilers, could really help turn this series around, but we'll see what happens. I read in a Daniel Nugent-Bowman article at The Athletic that the Oilers are really hesitant to put Holloway in, so it's probably a bit of a long shot that we see him, but to me, I'd say this is Hail Mary time. Oilers need to make it happen, so I would put Dylan Holloway in if it was me. Darnell Nurse, he's really hurting right now, you can tell. I would pull back his minutes big time, give them to Brett Kulak, bring Chris Russell, bring Marcus Niemelainen in, change the defense up a bit. Josh Archibald and Zach Kassian, one or both can come out of the lineup. They aren't making any difference right now for the Oilers. Bring in somebody else. Bring in Dylan Holloway. Bring in a Devon Shore. Bring in a Derek Brassard. Somebody fresh. Give the Oilers a fresh look. Give someone else a fresh perspective. Try and turn this series around because basically if the Avs go up 3-0, I don't like the Oilers' chances of winning 4 straight games. They did it against Calgary. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but with the way this series has gone so far, can anyone really see the Oilers knocking the Avs off 4 straight times? It's entirely possible, but it's not very realistic. So I would definitely say the Oilers have to make these changes. I don't think we need to see a change in goal at this point. I thought Mike Smith responded well. If Mikko Koskinen was in tonight, I don't see this game ending much different. Maybe he would have stopped one of the ones that Mike Smith let in, but Oilers still lose 3-0, right? So I don't see a huge difference tonight or who is in goal for the Oilers tonight. So I don't know if it's really crucial to change the goaltender for Game 3. I think it's more important to make alterations at defense and forward, change up the forward group, change up the defensive group, and try and find a way for the Oilers to get back into this series, because obviously they're in complete danger of falling completely out of it. And one final note, we did see Kailer Yamamoto leave the game late in the second period. Undisclosed upper body injury. Does this mean Yamo's out going forward? Don't know. He could be back for Game 3, so that's a big blow for the Oilers. Losing Yamamoto out of your top 6. Maybe even one more reason to bring in Dylan Holloway. My player of the game tonight, Nazem Kadri for the Colorado Avalanche. He was all over it, creating chances, couple of assists tonight, I believe. So great game for Kadri. He really helped drive the Avs attack in this 4-0 shutout victory. So he's my player of the game tonight. And for my play of the game tonight, I'll give that to Josh Manson for his blast from the point. Perfectly placed shot. I think it was the Avs' second goal tonight. Kind of last track. It all happened in a quick 2-minute and 4-second span, but either way, Nazem Kadri, my player of the game tonight, and Josh Manson with the play of the game tonight. The Colorado Avalanche taking home all the honors tonight in a 4-0 shutout victory as they go up 2-0 in the Western Conference Final. That's all for me for tonight, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Let's put this one behind us, guys. Focus on Game 3. Let's go Oilers. Take care, guys. See you soon.